Hello and welcome to LCTV News. I'm Medina Sehi. In this edition of LCTV News, Essex County Community Organization receives a big grant, St. Mary's principal retires again, demolishing of Christie's, and more. The Essex County Community Organization is one of 1,000 nonprofit organizations to receive a $100,000 grant from the Cummings Foundation $100K for 100 program. The Essex County Community Organization is a North Shore-based organization that is a network of 39 congregations that organize for racial and economic justice. With the grant, ECCO plans on using the funds for its immigrant and refugee self-sufficiency program. ECCO also plans to develop and support congregational teams that mentor, accompany, and support immigrants and refugees in their journey to self-sufficiency. The Cummings Foundation is a Woburn-based organization which was established by Joyce and Bill Cummings in 1986. The foundation operates its own charitable subsidiaries, which includes New Horizon Retirement Communities in Marlborough and Woburn. St. Mary's principal Jim Ridley is set to retire at the conclusion of the school year. This will be Ridley's second retirement from Lynn schools. Ridley took the principal position on an interim basis at St. Mary's in 2015 after Dr. Mark DeFabio resigned. For 34 years, Ridley was a teacher, principal, and coach in Lynn schools. Ridley also did 2 interim principal stints after his first retirement. The Board of Trustees Chair William Mosikowski told the item that the school will be forever grateful for what Ridley has done for St. Mary's. Dr. John Dolan and David Angaramo will take over for Ridley. As for Ridley, he maintains that he will keep busy during his retirement. He is on several boards around the city, including the Lynn Teachers Credit Union, Lynn Tech Alumni Association, and Massachusetts School Administrators Association. Christie's restaurant, a staple in the Lynn community since 1903, was demolished by construction crews at the end of May. Christie's is the latest business on the Lynnway to close its doors. Others include the Porthole Restaurant, which will be closing its doors within the next few months. Sports Center will be closing down, and Gorelick Farms will be closing its Lynnway plant. In 2006, the family proposed leasing the Christie site for the construction of a CVS, which was denied by the city. No plans have been announced on what will happen to the site, and the Dean family is not speaking on what they will do next. During last month's Lynn City Council meeting, a bond authorization to upgrade the Hood Elementary School was approved. The bond, which is approximately $5.8 million, will go towards fixing the Hood Elementary School's facility. With this bond, the council hopes that this will extend the life of Hood Elementary School. This bond may make the city eligible for a grant from the Massachusetts School Building Authority for up to 80% of the project for Hood Elementary School. This council has been working towards improving some of the city's aging school buildings. In February, Lynn Superintendent Dr. Catherine Latham got approval from the council to submit a statement of interest for Lynn Tech Annex Building for emergency grant money from the Massachusetts School Building Authority. The emergency grant would go towards repairing the school's roof. On June 1st, retiring school superintendent Dr. Catherine Latham was honored with a musical tribute at Lynn English High by Lynn Public School students. During the tribute, there were performances by the 5th grade choirs of Harrington, Sisson, and Shoemaker Elementary Schools, the All-City Middle School Strings Group, and the Lynn Public Schools All-City High School Orchestra. Lynn Mayor Thomas McGee was on hand to give his thoughts on Latham's tenure as superintendent. McGee praised Latham for the impact that she had on students and her ability to make a difference in the community. Rich Gorman, GE Communications Media and Community Relations Manager, announced that GE will be making a $5,000 donation to the Lynn Public School Music Department in honor of Latham. Dr. Latham was overwhelmed by this tribute and told the audience that it's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve Lynn Public Schools. On June 2nd, the North Shore Navigators kicked off their season against the Worcester Bravehearts. Mayor McGee was on hand to throw out the first pitch, and LCTV was on the scene.
Well, it's great to be here tonight at Lynn's Fraser Field, supporting the North Shore Navigators, our favorite Lynn team here, and as the league begins tonight. Just a great night. Looks like the clouds are broken away. I'm really excited to start the season, and it's a great place to be, both for this game, for the season. Hopefully people get a chance to get out and see this great team, and for low dollars you can come down and enjoy some really great baseball. So just glad to be here tonight and root on the North Shore Navigators to a very successful season.
Beyond the Walls began their underpass lighting installation on June 2nd, and LCTV was on the scene.
I'm Dave O'Loughlin from the IBEW, business agent for Local 103. We're here installing lights to brighten up the underpass here on the T-Bridge. We'll be on walls, all volunteers here, all donated by our NECA contractors. And everything here is, donated, given back to the community.
On this week's Spotlight, LCTV collaborated with the DPW and Waste Management to highlight the do's and don'ts when it comes to recycling.
So because of the grant that was given to us by Mass Department of Environmental Protection, we are allowed to be out here looking through the bins and kind of just making sure that part of the issue with the bin is that it's also placed on the curb directly so that Waste Management can come and get it, but also just to make sure that the stuff that's in the bin can be recycled. So what we're looking for are clothes that would not be able to be recycled, which would be trash. We're looking for tangling things like hoses or zip ties or long pieces of plastic. A crock pot is not a good thing to put in your recycling bin. Suitcases are not a good thing to put in your recycling bin. But what's good to put in your recycling bin are plastic bottles, glass bottles, paper, cardboard that's smashed up, pieces of paper that are not ripped to pieces of shreds because that can't be recycled. Any type of container that has the recycling triangle on it is good, but anything that's food covered is not good. Even a dog food can or a cat food can, and you don't rinse that out, that is kind of an issue. When you grab your recycling bin in the morning, whenever you put it out, right before they come to get it, you want to drag it to the curb and you want the back of your bin to face your house so that Waste Management can come pick it up and it can dump it right in the bin. What we do, if we see that your recycling bin is not really a good bin to be recycled, we will take the bin, put what we call an oops tag on it. We would check on the oops tag what's wrong with the bin. We'd then tie the oops tag to the bin and turn the bin so that Waste Management will see the back of the bin. lynnma.gov/recycle, or you can call 781-268-8000.
Here at the Billerica Recycling Facility, we manage all recyclable materials. So the material is typically delivered in a truck that has collected. It dumps on the tip floor, and then that material goes through a very complicated processing facility process where we separate out any non-recyclables from recyclables. Some of the things that we see common, what we call contaminants in the recycling stream, are plastic bags, plastic film, food waste. When we get materials that shouldn't be in the recycling stream, it can cause major damage to the equipment in the facility, and it can be detrimental to the worker safety at the facility, which is really important to us. When you bring material into this facility that doesn't have any value, there's a cost to separate it. If a community consistently generates material that have high levels of contamination, they can face charges that they did not anticipate for the handling, the separation, and the disposal of the contaminated materials. This is really a call to action for all communities to educate the public on what's proper to recycle and what isn't. We would just ask people to follow some simple rules, to recycle all recycled materials, but to keep it clean and dry, paper, cardboard, cans, bottles, and glass, and leave out all the other contamination items so that you have a good, clean stream and a successful recycling program.
The Real program held its ribbon cutting and block party this past weekend, and LCTV was on the scene for the Community Connector.
So my name is Jan Plourde, and I'm the founder-director of the Real program, and today we're celebrating our new home here at 17 Atlantic Street in the Payne Family Literacy House. The Real program stands for Reading, Educational Assistance, and Learning, and we started this in 2013, and it's about getting children books and access to reading. in a place where there is nearly 100,000 people and not enough books for children to get the resources that they need to be the successful students in their classroom. And we've got others trying to do other things here. So they're put together by a lot of people, certainly not just me. One of our big things here is that we've gotten the opportunity to have a long-term lease here in the first floor of this house built in 1859 on the edge of the Diamond District in Lynn. And the concept here is that we want this to feel like a home, because we want children to be able to come here after school, and instead of going into an after-school setting, which feels more like school, the idea here is it's called a before-home program. So it gives children the tools and things that they need that parents can't provide when they're working 2 and 3 jobs and just trying to make ends meet. So we have 20 children on Monday and Wednesday, 20 children on Tuesday and Thursday, and we bring them over here from the Brickett School.
Hi, this is Mayor Tom McGee, and I'm happy to be here to give you an update on what's happening in Lynn. After an extensive search for a new superintendent, we have hired Dr. Patrick Tutwiler. He has served as the deputy superintendent in the city of Lynn for the last 3 years and is really well respected and well liked in the community. Prior to working in Lynn, he was the headmaster at Brighton High School for 2 years, and after that served as principal in Wayland for 3 years. Very excited about our new superintendent. I know that he's the right person for the job, and we're looking forward to working together as we move forward into the school year this September. I'd like to at this time really thank Superintendent Kathy Latham, who has been an unbelievable leader in the city of Lynn for so many years as a superintendent. Just as importantly, she's really been committed as a teacher, as an administrator, and her career speaks for itself. So as she retires as of August 1st, we want to thank her for her service and her commitment to making a difference in the students in the city of Lynn. On Monday, we filed our FY19 budget with the City Council, and happy to report that that budget is balanced. We have been from the beginning of this year dealing with substantial fiscal uncertainty facing the city, a deficit in FY18, an ongoing deficit into FY19, but based on legislation that allow us to borrow money to balance our budget both in FY18 and FY19, we are starting to make progress to address the ongoing fiscal uncertainty that we in the city face. Working together, we're looking to find some solutions to some of those budget problems. We're in the process of hiring a new chief financial officer. We're looking to continue increasing public safety staffing, as well as updating and creating a 5-year capital plan, which is really important as we move forward into this budget cycle in FY19. We're going to be more aggressive in looking to seek out economic development opportunities in the city, which again will help us stabilize our budget over the next 2 years as we're trying to get to solid ground as we move forward. We started showing movies at the auditorium last month, and we had a great crowd. On June 15th, we'll be showing our second movie called Ciao America. We hope that you can come and join us. It's 8 o'clock showing, $3 per person to enter the movie with refreshments available. And it's an exciting place, a great venue, and the first movie was really well received by the crowd that was there. Hopefully you can make it down and join us as we start to develop more exciting things happening in that great venue in City Hall. Again, it's great to get a chance to share some of the things happening in the city of Lynn. Please stay in tune, and if you have any questions, please reach out. You can check the city's website, or you can reach out to our office. Again, great to be sharing with you the exciting things happening in the city of Lynn. Have a good day.
On this week's Lynn Lowdown, host Calvin Anderson sat down with Bob Tucker.
Hello and welcome to the Lynn Lowdown. Today our guest is Bob Tucker. Bob is an activist in the city and he's current president of the Friends of Lynn and Nahant Beach. Welcome to the show, Bob.
Great to be here, Calvin.
Now, you've had a history of service in the city. Briefly go through that. I know you're a little shy, but people want to know your background.
Well, briefly, I've been a resident of the city of Lynn my entire life. Got involved in city government very early, elected to the Lynn City Council when I was about 22. Went on to serve 14 years, served as council president. I've been involved in many organizations in the city of Lynn, served on many boards and commissions. And I have always felt that being a citizen, you have to contribute to the community. And that's what I feel that I do, and I enjoy it the most.
Seems like you've always got water in your life. You had water and sewer,
right.
But now you're into the recreational side. So tell us
Correct.
about Fallenby, the Friends of Lynn and Nahant Beaches.
Friends of Lynn and Nahant Beach is a volunteer organization, started back in 27 years ago. We're in our 27th year. And it was formed to protect the Lynn and Nahant beaches, and to, as you know, the Lynn and Nahant Beach is under control of the Department of Conservation and Recreation at the state level. So we needed a citizens organization to make sure that the proper maintenance was being done, cleanups at the beach were being done, and that we had staff here. And it's evolved into a larger organization now. We have approximately about 225 members. And we're starting up this year. We're starting our meetings up again this year.
And who are those members? Who makes up your body of membership?
The people that make up are people that, a lot of them live in the area. They're mostly residents that live in the area, or those that enjoy using the beach. We have members that come from Swampscott, Marblehead, Saugus, outside of the area of Lynn and Nahant. So it's a very good organization, and folks should be proud of the work that is done down at that beach.
Now, a lot of friends of organizations are there in name only. They do some fundraising, they have meetings, etc. But tell us about the hands-on approach that the Friends of Lynn and Nahant Beaches does.
Well, we take a hands-on approach. We obviously have beach cleanups, which desperately are needed. We have about a couple a year. And the other, we put on summer concerts at Red Rock Park, Thursday night concerts. There's 8 of them. They're very well attended. We do a Kids Day Festival in July. Starting in July, I think it's July 28th, there'll be a Kids Day Festival at Red Rock from 9 to 11. Attendance is usually like 400 to 500 come down there. It's a family event. We co-sponsor with the City of Lynn movie night in August of this year. There'll be a movie night at Red Rock. But where the Friends get active and become an advocate is that you have to work with the Department of Conservation and Recreation from the state. They're the ones that maintain the beach. They're the ones that have the money. And unless there's a vocal organization like ours that makes sure that the state does what they're supposed to do, things won't get done.
Now, I've heard the Friends of Lynn and Nahant Beach is called one of the most active in the state. I've been to a couple of your meetings, and
Yeah.
invariably you have the commissioners, the cabinet level positions appointed by the governor who come. And they always say they're extremely proud to be coming to your group because of the hands-on approach. Now, when there's plantings, how does that work? I understand it's a 50-50 effort.
It is. When there's plantings and things like that, the Friends would donate some of the money for the plants, and we would and the DCR would supply the materials. Even on the beach cleanups, we donate some of the expenses for that, but the DCR partners with that, with us.
Right. Now, how about infrastructure, keeping up with that? I mean, paint peels, things get chipped.
Yeah.
What happens there?
That's an ongoing battle. Let's be very frank about that. And it's this year, thanks to our state delegation, that we received a $55,000 earmark, which they put in the DCR budget that must be spent at Red Rock Park Reservation. So these iron trash receptacles that are down there are all rusted and over the winter months, and they're all going to be replaced this year. Also, we call doggy bags that people are supposed to take when they have their dog walk on the beach and so forth. Take care of the dogs. Those are going to be replaced this year. And it was a tough winter down there this past year, as you know, and about 9 to 10 benches were destroyed because of the environment. And those benches are all going to be replaced this year as part of that $55,000 earmark that our state delegation got for us. And the commissioner basically said to the Friends, you tell me where you want that money spent, and we will do it. So it's an ongoing partnership that's very important that we have with the DCR.
Squeaky wheels get the grease.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, because I know
absolutely.
a lot of other,
Remember that, squeaky wheels get the grease.
There's at least one reservation facility over at Turtle Pond Parkway that's closed.
Yeah.
If there was a Friends of Turtle Park Parkway, Wayside, whatever it is, that place wouldn't be closed. Nobody can go there. I think there's a closed pool, there's closed bathhouse there for facilities. So I understand that you have one mission. You have,
yes.
They can cut out line items here and there if they have to fiddle with the budget every year, but what's the one that the Friends has been very successful in making sure it doesn't get cut, with 5 commissioners now, I understand.
Correct. Very, very vocal. That's where the line will be drawn. Algae removal. Our situation at the end of Lynn and part of the Nahant Beach near the Ward Bathhouse, and you have this algae that just comes in there every single year, black, brown algae. And if that algae is not removed from the beach in the hot summer months, once the sun comes in, it bakes, and it creates an odor of rotten eggs. And I'm sure people have smelt it before. And that has been the main drive for the Friends for the last few years, is to have a commitment from DCI that algae will be removed. And we have the commissioner coming down to one of our meetings later this summer. And that's going to be a topic of discussion, because as you know, July 1, the new fiscal year starts.
Ah, I see.
Right.
I remember last year there was kind of a Band-Aid approach. They funded through the end of the fiscal year, and then it was iffy.
It was iffy, and the commissioner came to the meeting, and he heard loud and clear that it's not only, it's a health issue. It's a health issue. And it's a fact that if you have free programs on the beach, which the Friends put on, the concerts, the Kids' Day festivals, the movie, those things cost money. We go out and we apply for various grants, and we're successful in getting those grants, and they pay for the free programs that we put on for the beach. And some of the money comes from our membership dues. So if you want to bring people down and enjoy the beach, and you got this awful smelling algae there, doesn't make sense.
Well, we're also blessed with a beach that is immediately adjacent to major residential areas.
Yes.
So it's a lifestyle issue, it's an embarrassment issue for people driving through our city, and we don't want them to think that that's what Lynn is about, if that's the only impression they get.
Absolutely.
So summertime, that's when the Friends really thrive. You get everything ready, but then what happens in July when things really kick off?
In July is our kickoff. July 3rd is the fireworks that the City of Lynn has partnered with Swampscott. We participate in that. We put on we have a band from 7 to 9. Fireworks come on at 9 o'clock. And then for the next 7 Thursdays in July and August, we have concerts at Red Rock Park from 6 to 8. Very well attended, great local bands. And then, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, July 28th this year, we have the Kids Day Festival.
Make sure you hold these dates, folks.
Yeah, the Kids Day Festival is great. We have
we got about 30 seconds left. Tell them about your website or your Facebook page.
It's lynn-nahantbeach.org. You go to that website, it has all the information. That will click you right into our site, and will click you right into the Facebook page. We post all on social medias, all the events that we're going to have upcoming this summer.
Okay, so if you want, check it out and become a friend of the Lynn and Nahant Beaches yourself. Thank you, Bob Tucker.
Thank you.
And thanks for being such a good friend to Lynn.
That's great.
And until next time, we'll see you on the Lowdown.
Congratulations to Peter Cabano, Hong Net, and Drew Russo for making the ballot for this year's special state rep election. LCTV will have much more election coverage in the coming weeks. Thank you for watching the LCTV News. I'm your host, Medina Sehi. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and go to our website to find out all the great things we are doing here at LCTV. Have a great day.